We're going to get started with this Sandals VIP Vacation in Paradise presentation. So again, keep an eye on things. Hopefully you have a favorite libation at hand, some snacks, your feet on the sofa, and have connected your laptop to that 65-inch television screen that you have. And if by chance you didn't and you're looking around the laptop at this, no worries, that recording you can certainly live stream. Use HDMI or a USB cable to watch it again and again and again. So Sandals Resorts, you've seen those ads on television, right, with that ditty that we sing along with. But you might think we're only in Jamaica where we started 41 years ago. But we have resorts all over the Caribbean. Sandals Resorts currently 16. The 17th is opening on May 24th of this year. Right now we are in the Bahamas, both on the beautiful island of Great Exuma and Nassau. In Jamaica, we currently have 6 Sandals resorts already, spread out between Antigua Bay, Ochi, the South Coast, and Negril. We're opening up another resort in the Ochi area. Curacao, we opened that up about 8 months ago. You may have been on a cruise and stopped in the beautiful, what used to be Dutch island of Curacao, but they have their liberty now and still speak Dutch, which is where I'm from. They speak Spanish, Papiamento, and English, of course. That island of Antigua with 366 beaches. We're on the best beach guaranteed, Dickinson Bay. Barbados, 2 resorts right next to one another. You can walk from one to the other via the sands or via a boardwalk. St. Lucia, we have 3 resorts, my friends, and we have the policy to say stay at 1, play at 2, or 3 without any additional cost. We'll provide transfers to our other resorts on the same island within proximity. And then the island of Grenada, the Spice Island. Now, Sandals Resorts was created initially for people in love, only king-size beds. Now, would I go to a Sandals with my sister or best friend? In a heartbeat. But remember, it's only king-size beds at Sandals. Hence, we created also a second brand, and that is called Beaches. Beaches is for everybody. That's for your couples, your adults, girlfriend getaways, BFFs, and families. Currently, we have 3 of them. 1 on the island of Turks and Caicos, 2 in Jamaica, 1 in Ochi, 1 in Negril. And you see that little yellow dot on the right? The island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Very chic. Your celebrities go to Mystique and Saba and, of course, to the island of St. Vincent. We hope to open that within the next 12 to 14 months. But what really sets us apart, and the reason you should be booking, I can't wait to travel the Sandals and Beaches resorts, is because these things on the screen currently is what set us apart. We're the world's only 5-star luxury included resort. Have you ever gone to an all-inclusive and you thought that everything was included and you end up having to pull out your wallet because it wasn't? Well, 5-star dining, unlimited dining, and no surcharge for specialty restaurants is all about Sandals and Beaches. That means if you're going somewhere for 7 nights, you can go and make use of all the restaurants. We don't limit you for 3 specialty restaurants during your stay. And by the way, if you like steak and lobster, it's included, no surcharge whatsoever. Now, on average, our resorts hold 200 to 500 rooms. You would think that we have then 2 or 3 restaurants. No, we have on average 8 to 10 restaurants in that sphere of 200 to 500 rooms. You're never going to get hungry. We have on the other side, the smaller resorts, our 74-room Sandals Royal Plantation still has 5 restaurants at 74 rooms. And the 168-room Sandals Halcyon has 9 restaurants, but soon we'll have some more. On the other end, we have Beaches, Turks and Caicos, 758 rooms and 24 restaurants. My challenge to you is eat at all of them. You can. I might have breakfast here, then a little croissant there, a lunch at the Jerk Shack, maybe a Dino's Pizza, and so on. Having said what I just said, I also want to add that we don't create mega resorts. You will not see a 2,000-room Sandals or Beaches resort or a 24-story high concrete jungle. That's another thing that sets us apart. Now, my husband's in the restaurant business, so obviously all the dining, he loves that. He's a chef. But the fact that you also will get premium brand liquor. Most resorts out there that say they're all-inclusive will make that margarita with a domestic brand tequila or that Cuba Libre with a domestic rum. In our case, our domestic rum in Jamaica and all the other islands is Appleton. We don't just give you one of those, we'll give you a handful, but lots of other rums as well. Do you want to see Tito's behind the bar? Johnny Walker Red and Black, Crown Royal, Bombay Sapphire maybe even? We have that, and there's no surcharge whatsoever for you. Now, luxurious accommodations, that's where you're going to talk to Lisa, Anthony, and their team. We have 3 categories. The butler category, the best of the best, and often you see the ads with the over-the-water bungalows. That's one of the type of accommodations in Butler. You also might have a Romeo and Juliet suite, a sky pool, a rondavel, or other accommodations in the Butler. Of course you get a Butler. You never thought you wanted one until the first time you get one, and you never will go back to anything else. You have 24/7 room service in that category, a phone to connect you with the Butler, and in your room, a full bar setup. Your preferred liquors, 4 or 5 bottles of whatever you want in advance. You'd let Lisa and Anthony know. We'll make sure it's there waiting for you in the room so you don't even have to leave to the nearest bar. On top of that, soda, juice, water, beer, and Robert Mondavi Twin Oak varietal wines in your room. Yes, that is the wines at Sandals and Beaches. Now, something out of a cardboard box with a spout attached to it. Now, in the mid category, we have the club concierge, exactly what it says. You're checked in at the club, you have the concierge to ask questions of, you might be invited to behind the scenes events like a wine tasting, meet up with the chef. You can also use the lounge as kind of a laid back oasis throughout your vacation. Think of it like the flagship lounge at American Airlines. In that category, you have room service, but only from early morning to late night, not 24/7. You're never going to go hungry at a Sandals or Beaches. We have restaurants open till 1 in the morning, and we have a couple of them that are open till 5 in the morning as well.
Excuse me, Catherine?
Yes?
Are we still on the same slide? We haven't moved
Yes,
from this Sandals
the
only.
5-star?
Perfect.
Yes, the one that says 5-star global dining. I'm just reading through it and going into the explanations. Great question.
Thank you so much.
And then, you bet, in that category, it might be a swim up, like you see the first picture on the top there. It could be a Romeo and Juliet, could be a sky pool, that could be Butler or a club concierge category. Now, the third category is our luxury. We call it luxury because although it's lead-in, it's nothing standard about it. The luxury lead-in client will still receive all the amenities, perks, restaurants, and bars, sports on the resort. Their room might be a little smaller. They won't have room service, but remember, you have restaurants open until 1 o'clock in the morning. They won't have a full bar in the room. In this case, they'll have the soda, juice, water, and of course, they're going to have their beer and Robert Mondavi wine. For the hard liquor, they would go to the nearest bar, again, a few steps away, because on average, we have 8 to 13 bars at our resorts. Now, one of the other things that sets us apart is nonstop round-trip airport transfers. Have you ever gotten to an airport, landed, the transfers are there, and you're supposed to get to your hotel the way you calculated 45 minutes later, but you get there 2.5 hours later because that other hotel company resort has a DMC, a transfer company, that stops along the way and drops off other guests. With us, it is always nonstop. And tips, gratuities, and taxes, you'll never be surprised at the end with a bill like you might in Mexico and other places in the Caribbean with a government tax. It's already included in the prices that I Can't Wait to Travel give you. Unlimited water sports. You bet, not just kayaking, canoe, those trikes in the water, snorkeling. We have a handful of resorts that have water skiing, glass bottom boats. They all have Hobie cats. All that's included. And if you're a scuba diver, listen up, I'm a certified scuba diver. You can go to any of our resorts by booking with I Can't Wait to Travel, and your scuba diving is free up to 2 tank dives a day, including all your equipment. And we don't just point you to the reef, we actually take you out on our Newton 50-foot boats. If you're a scuba diver, you should get your friends together, book a group with I Can't Wait to Travel. Land sports, of course, we've got that basketball and volleyball and all of those things, including pool and billiards and ping pong. But we even have, at 7 of our resorts, our own golf course that would be in St. Lucia, Jamaica, Ocho Rios, and on the island of Great Exuma, which is in the Bahamas, a Greg Norman 18-hole designed golf course. The green fees are free. That's saving you $150 to $200 every day, unlimited 18 holes every day if you'd like. Exchange privileges as well, where I mentioned before, when we have more than one resort in proximity of another, then you can go there. We'll provide transfers and make use of all the facilities. You've seen those ads on TV and you think that you have to fly to Tahiti or Bora Bora. Nope, right in your own backyard. We have one in St. Lucia at the Grand St. Lucian, and two of our resorts in Jamaica, one in Montego Bay, Sandals Royal Caribbean, and one in the southern part of Jamaica called Sandals South Coast that has these gorgeous over-the-water bungalows. And one other little helpful hint. Although your transfers nonstop are already included in the price, in certain room categories in the club and butler levels, you might even get private, exclusive VIP chauffeur-driven transfers. Just saying, it might give you that instinct to book one of those categories. I've talked about the water sports. Now visually look at it. This is all included. And we were ranked the top 5 dive operation in the entire Western Hemisphere. That's not top 5%, top 5. Some of the land sports. Tennis, pickleball. 8 resorts have tennis, 7 pickleball. I can hear some of you saying, yay, because you might have pickleballers in your portfolio, and you might have those as friends, neighbors, co-workers, or even your family. The 3 courses that we have, one in Jamaica. If you stay at any of those 3 resorts, you'll be able to play at that. Bahamas, Sandals Emerald Bay, that Greg Norman. And in St. Lucia, it's our Grand St. Lucian that has the 18 holes. But even if you stay at one of the others, you can still make use of our free golf. If you have a friend or yourself thinking about getting married, at Sandals and Beaches Resort, your basic wedding is free as long as you stay 3 nights or longer. And then you could add on maybe the over-the-water wedding chapel. The free tropical wedding includes over a dozen inclusions. That's important to know. But if you don't want that dendrobium bouquet, you might want to go with pink tea roses. There would be a surcharge for that. And that's where Lisa and Anthony and the team come in. They have access to the wedding information. This also all is included. So if you're thinking about getting married, or maybe have a son or daughter, or a niece or nephew, or a sister or brother that wants to get married, think about it. It's free. What if you're retying the knot, renewal of the vows? It's only $300 for all these inclusions, but get some friends and family along, book 5 rooms, and you get this RTK, the retie the knot complimentary. Now, those are all inclusions in the price that we talked about, right? But there's other things that you need to think about and consider when you book with I Can't Wait to Travel. And that's all the excursions that are out there. Depending on the island and location, if you go to the Bahamas, you must swim with the pigs. And don't wait to book it. Book it right away with Lisa, Anthony, and the team. Why? Because it's very popular, and I wouldn't want you to be disappointed if you couldn't swim with the pigs in the Bahamas and come back and not tell your friends what a great time you had. So many different excursions, and again, access is easily through your travel advisor. What about that spa treatment? Now, that may not be included, but what is included are the hot and cold areas, the wet and dry areas at the spa. Now, if you want a hands-on treatment, a facial, a scrub, a massage, those would be extra. And again, I'd say don't hesitate. Don't wait till you get to the resort and that Himalayan rock salt scrub was sold out. Book it in advance when you're booking with I Can't Wait to Travel. And the food, glorious food, I talked about it, but let's visualize it. Yes, we have the Jerk Shack if you want to grab something quickly, Dino's Pizza, the Café de Paris, but we also have then sit-down white glove service. And if you're in the butler category, that would be booked through the butler. And if you're in Club Concierge, with the concierge, and in the luxury lead-in, we have a culinary desk as well. Fully stocked. I can't stress it enough that you've gone to resorts where it's domestic liquor and you have to pay extra for the brands, not with us. I just want to run through quickly what's new. Sandals Montego Bay is our flagship resort, so it's 41 years old. You think, well, I don't want to go there. We actually renovated from top to bottom, side to side, added swim-up suites as well. Next door to it, also in Montego Bay, is Sandals Royal Caribbean, and that's where you see both the heart-shaped over-the-water bungalows that I'm pointing to and this half moon. Those are villas over the water with their own pool, over 1,800 square feet, and of course, their butler category. This resort has a private island, and we renovated the Royal Thai restaurant that I'm circling right here on the island about a year ago. Now, how do you get here from the mainland? If you're staying on the mainland at one of our accommodations here, you'll take the dragon boat over. But if you're in a butler suite, then the butler comes and gets you to the private pier. I mentioned Sandals South Coast previously, where we have one of the wedding chapels. It's in the southern part of Jamaica, about an hour and 30 minutes from Antigua Bay Airport. We added these brand new rondavuls about 2.5 years ago during COVID. Looks like a little Smurf village. Half a dozen of our resorts have forms of the rondavel, but they always look different because one thing I can tell you, we're not cookie cutter. So it's going to be difficult for you to choose of the current 19 resorts, soon to be 20 and 23. And that's why Lisa and Anthony and their team know everything about the resorts. They can steer you in the right direction by asking the right questions. Wouldn't this be cool to have your own bungalow with your own splash pool and waterfall? Let's drive over to Negril, where we did some major renovations. One of the favorites is this walkout suite. You're on the main floor. It's very private because you do have curtains around this tranquility soaking tub. You're on that 7-mile beach. And is this a walkout suite? Here's your own pathway, a few steps, and you're on the beach and that turquoise water. Sandals Negril. Sandals Ochi is famous because it's the social place. It has 16 restaurants. It has 2 areas. If you definitely want to have an ocean view, you're going to book the Riviera side. And then if you want a butler category, you're going to be in the Butler Village. We only have 4 butler suites here. The rest are club and luxury. The 4 are these end caps. Those are butler. And then the rest of the butlers are up in here. We have 105 pools at Sandals Ochi, of which 98 are private or semi-private butler category. And we also have the first speakeasy in the entire Caribbean. You have to find out what the password is. And we have funky 70s music on the beach. There's something for everybody, whether you want laid back or a little bit more like foam pool parties and silent disco. But right down the road is one of my favorites, very laid back European boutique style, Sandals Royal Plantation. Only 74 suites, only butler category, very laid back, still has 5 restaurants, 1 pool, 2 cove-style beaches. But since it's only 5 minutes from that Sandals Ochi happening place, if one night you go, we want to go and do karaoke over there, because we don't have that. We want to go do the silent disco, participate in other events, eat the food at one of those 16 restaurants, use their facilities. You can. All you do is go to the front desk, find out when the next shuttle is, and they'll transfer you there over and back. And the rooms are very romance-inspiring, very European, Italian, or French chalet look. Each resort looks different, each island is different, and every room category and accommodation is different. Sandals Royal Bahamian opened up 1 year ago. We had that for a number of years, but closed her for 22 months to reimagine her. Both the East Bay and the West Bay buildings were renovated, and we added, you asked for it, my friends, swim-up suites. These are beachfront. We never created beachfront swim-up suites. And also here some swim-up suites, maybe 20 paces away from the beach. We redid what we call our Coconut Grove, as well as our private island there. What about a wedding there, or a gathering of a bunch of couples or alumni? Islands Village 1-bedroom butler villa suite looks like Bermuda. That is brand new. So when we reopened this January last year, we added this accommodation. It has a sanctuary around it, a wall, greenery, a pool, tranquility soaking tub. And as I said, maybe it reminds me of Captiva, Sanibel, or Bermuda. I just got back 2 weeks ago from Sandals Emerald Bay. That's on one of the out islands called Great Exuma. In this resort, we don't have luxury lead-in categories, only the club, which was that middle one, or the butler category as well. Somebody said, oh, Lisa, that's where you were. Oh, I love that for your honeymoon. You're going to have to go back soon. I can't tell you yet why, but you'll find out soon enough. Now, if you're all looking at that picture on the left-hand side, that is the clear water at Sandals Great Exuma. Emerald Bay, that bay is exactly how it looks. And I love this picture because it tells you exactly what I'm talking about. No concrete jungles anywhere in sight, right? No 2,000, 3,000 room resorts where you lose yourself before you find the room. Sandals Emerald Bay has a very bohemian kind of look to it and will be in the process of renovation. And adjacent to that 18-hole Greg Norman designed golf course, it reminds me of a miniature pebble beach. I don't play golf, my husband does, and actually Lisa and Anthony have access to the fact sheets of all three of our golf courses. The, what is it called, the difficulty level, the tees, the slope. My husband knows all about that, and you will too when you talk to Lisa and Anthony. Flying to the island of Antigua with those 366 beaches. Well, we're on the best one, Dickinson Bay. Huge stretch of beach and that bay itself, so you don't usually have a lot of waves. And the island looks just right the way the Sandals Emerald Bay looked, spread out. Here we have the tallest of our buildings. Most resorts that we have 3 to 4 stories. One has 5, one 6, and this one has 7. But it's not obtrusive, is it? Because we built it into the hillside a little bit off-centered. But I want to show you one of my favorites, Romeo and Juliet Suite. Now, each resort that has at Sandals the butler category of Romeo and Juliet, take a look at the pictures that Lisa and Anthony can send you. They all look different. Here again, it's a sanctuary for people that just want to spend time with one another. Your own jacuzzi, your own splash pool, and again, go through the gate and you're right on the beach. And depending on whether you're looking for that darker wood, that jacuzzi, or tranquility soaking tub, contemporary lines, 4-poster bed, we've got it all, my friends. Just let them know at I Can't Wait to Travel what it is you're looking for. I want to fly with you to the island of St. Lucia, where I'll be in April. I've been to the island numerous times. We call it the Hawaii of the Caribbean, but I've never been to our resorts. If you or friends were thinking about going to Hawaii and traveling 10 hours and not getting any all-inclusive at any of the hotels there, because it's Hawaii, the prices are ginormous, think instead of flying to St. Lucia, where you have 3 resorts and a beautiful 18-hole golf course as well. The largest is Sandals Grande St. Lucian, 311 rooms spread out again. And if you're an athlete, my husband is, just kind of jog up this little mountain. For me, it'd take me a day and a half before I get back down. This is the resort also that has over-the-water bungalows. The Sandals Grande St. Lucian is a little different. They're not fully over the water. The backside is on land, which makes it easy. Come down a pathway, open up your door, and you're in your gorgeous over-the-water bungalow. I want to point out that at the foot of your king-size bed is this glorious flooring made of glass, and at night you have a remote control for the lighting in your bungalow, and turn on the one underneath. You see a little bit of sea life, very Instagrammable. Sandals Regency LaToc, the majority of the accommodations are up on this bluff for the best sunset, and it looks like some of the scuba divers or snorkelers are heading out to sea. This has a smaller cove-style beach. We also have here by the main area some of the restaurants, bars, some accommodations, and our pool area. Why not spend $1 million? That's what we did to create this millionaire one-bedroom butler suite up on the bluff with your king bed. But look at those retractable walls, 180-degree view, 3-tiered outdoor area just for you, sunbathing, swimming pool, dining, and again, tranquility soaking tub for 2 right under the stars. The 3rd resort in St. Lucia is Halcyon. I'm so excited about what I'm going to show you in a minute because we literally, debuted some new room categories here. It has a really nice beach. That's an over-the-water restaurant called Kelly's Dockside. We have a variety of different kinds of accommodations. Only currently 168 rooms, but we're adding to that. Slim up walkout suites. Those were created during our COVID. And also we redid these, remind me a lot again of Key West and Sanibel. These private 1-bedroom villas with your swimming pool, waterfall. Open up those doors and get those tropical breezes in. And yes, here it is at Halcyon Beach. It's ready for you. April 6th. Just contact I Can't Wait to Travel. Book it now. We call them the Coco Rondeval Villas. So the other one that you saw at Sandals South Coast had like a kind of lazy lagoon around it. Here you have your own privacy wall and your own splash pool as well. Take a look at the inside. You feel like you're in Tahiti in one of those bungalows. Well, you're right down the street at Sandals St. Lucia. Coco Rondeval Villas coming soon, but not only that, we also created the Jolly Beachfront Suites. If you look at that picture, you can see the palapa roofing of those rondavels, right there. And in front of it, beachfront, are these 1-bedroom, 2-story, I call them townhouses. So this is for one couple that I'm pointing to, up a beautiful balcony. You see it here even better. That's your bedroom, HD smart TV, of course, and downstairs your living room and your splash pool. Can you be more beachfront than this? Book that. It's available also effective April 6th. We're going to fly to Grenada, the Spice Island, and this really shows you that every resort we have has two sides. Some are more quiet. They'll still have activities, and others are full of activity, but there's still quiet areas for you to enjoy your book. Sandals Grenada has a fire pit in the middle of the swimming pool on the left-hand side. Can you believe this? We call it the living room because you can gather around it. And then the South Seas pool has the swim-up bar. Did you know we created that in 1984? Sandals was the first one to have a swim-up bar, and we continue to trailblaze ahead. Barbados, we built 2 resorts there about 6.5 years ago, and until Curacao opened up 8 months ago, these were the newest of our resorts. They're adjacent to one another, great stretch of beach. Sandals Barbados, they always say Barbados is the wellness resort, right? Or the wellness island. I think all of our resorts are because it's very lush and green where we've chosen to put our Sandals and Beaches resorts. I like this picture. It's a swim up. It's a swim up, my friends. And then a lounging area with tranquility soaking tub. And yes, there are those privacy curtains if you don't want anybody to see you. Lots of bougainvillea. They look different than the other swim up suites you saw because no two are alike. Your living room, invite some friends that you made there with the HD Smart TV, your bar setup, and of course the bedroom area behind it. Next door is Royal Barbados, where we have sky pools. It looks like you're right on the beach, but you're actually a couple of stories up. Infinity etched pool here. Go and lay down on that bed and just look through at that gorgeous sandy beach, the turquoise water, and azure sky. And you have your own living room set up with dining room. And of course, it comes with a butler. Here's another form of a swim-up suite. And Sandals Royal Barbados has a bowling alley, my friends. We continue to reinvent ourselves. It's next door to a beer bar. So maybe one day you bowl and then have some beers, check what your score was. Next day, do it the other way around. All of this is included, no surcharge. I was in Curacao in September. We opened it in June. Beautiful resort. There was never a 5-star luxury all-inclusive resort in Curacao till we opened up. Welcoming arms of Chi-Chi right in front. And what are you doing with those convertible Mini Coopers? Well, in certain room categories, you get one to drive for 5-6 hours during your stay. Discover the ethnic, cultural diversity of Curacao. Go into Willemstad for some duty-free shopping, or find yourself that private beach that I'm sure the butler will GPS into your phone and pack you a lunch as well. This is just a bird's eye view of that resort. Again, it's only been about 8 months since we opened her up. And we did something new here. Besides an infinity pool within an infinity pool, we created the Island Inclusive. See, and here's the great thing I keep remembering. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa and Anthony have been to the majority of our resorts. They've probably been to more than I've been. They can give you the nitty-gritty on what fits with what you want that resort to give you for a vacation. And at Curacao, creating the Island Inclusive Dining, you're already getting 11 restaurants and food trucks, by the way. But we also, in certain room categories, will give you a $250 voucher to use in Willemstad, which is the capital of Curacao, and you get to choose from a handful of curated restaurants. We'll provide the transfers, the butler will even book the reservations, and you get a chance to see what the island is a little bit more about. So consider that as well. Island Inclusive Dining. And I took these pictures, so I'm not a photographer, but I wanted to show you 2 room categories that we have at Curacao that we don't have anywhere else. The left side here is called Awa Seaside Bungalows. We only have 5 of them. Each bungalow is humongous, and this is one couple's private pool. Then you have those privacy curtains again. And this, I had to take pictures, make sure that I didn't disturb the clients. And this one I took between the bushes. It's a heart-shaped lagoon that we created with 8 bungalows around it. I love the idea if you travel with another couple or 2, 3 other couples to consider some of the accommodations I just showed you. You have your own privacy, or to get together for happy hour, contact your butler and he'll have the snacks or she'll have the snacks and your drinks ready for you. I took this one as well from the other slide so you see what it looks like, what you're looking at. And now comes some of the news. In Jamaica, opening 3 resorts, beaches, Runaway Bay. We need more beaches. Tell you in a minute why. Sandals Royal Duns River. We're building that from scratch. That'll open sometime in 24. And Sandals Duns River, as you already know now, May 24th of this year it'll open. And this is that gorgeous resort. We've added sky pools here as well. You saw that in Barbados, right? But these are a little unique. They have a glass fronting. So please, if you decide to book with I Can't Wait to Travel, a sky pool at Sandals Duns River, please wear your bathing suits, or else I may be on the beach taking pictures of you up there, and you'll be an Instagrammable hero. Remember, glass enlarges everything. Lots of restaurants, including food trucks, and we've added a Rondeval village when this opens. But instead of them all being the palapa roofing, kind of Tahitian style, every other one has a flat 360-degree view of the Blue Mountains and the resort. An entertainment area, a dining, a bar setup, and then your own splash pool besides that lazy river. You heard me talk about Sandals, only king-size beds. We created beaches. As you saw, we have 2 in Jamaica, 1 on Turks and Caicos, and soon 1 in St. Vincent. It's for everybody, adults and couples and families and BFFs and groups, because the accommodations at beaches include king bed or 2 double, or day bed with trundle, or bunk beds, or pull-out sofas, or chairs. You get the combination. The kids think they're camping, but if you're going as adults, then you might want to choose the one like a 4-bedroom, 3-story that we have to accommodate you. Currently, we have the 3 beaches, as I mentioned, Negril, Ochi, Turks and Caicos. Negril is also on the 7-mile beach, just like Sandals Negril. I want to show you always different room categories. We have a 2-bedroom that can accommodate up to 5 guests. We have it where either it's totally separated by a door or where it's partially just half wall, and then through the left-hand door would be the 2nd bedroom. So king bed on one side, 2 double beds on the other, and a living room for the family to enjoy or friends to enjoy. New accommodations also at Beaches Negril. You're the first to hear, also opening April 6th. The first ever beachfront villa and penthouses. These are the villas. These are 3-bedroom. On the 3rd floor, we've left it for you to stargaze or dine. On the 1st floor, your main area, living room. Take a look on the right-hand side. I want to go there right now. We only have 6 of them. They have their private pool, butler, and they cannot be closer to the beach than you see here. But we also decided to get some penthouse collections. These are 4-bedroom, 3-story high as well. Take a look on the left-hand side. That looks like an imaginative villa. Very modern, contemporary, still using the local softwoods. And then Beaches Ochi, 3 different villages. Some of our resorts, we call them villages. Doesn't mean if you stay in the Greek village, which is up front, or the Caribbean, or the French, that you can't eat at all of the restaurants. Yes, you can. And we set ourselves apart at Beaches Resorts. Why? Because we have water parks at all 3 of them, different types of accommodations, in this case, a king bed with a sleeper sofa. We also have a kids camp at all our beaches. In front of you is the slide for Beaches Turks and Caicos on a 12-mile beach. Here, the water park was recently totally redone, and kids camp at all 3 of the beaches is from early morning to late night, from 0 years old, newborn, to 17. You don't see that very often. We have certified nannies for the newborn to 24-month-olds. We have a teen club because they're always forgotten. We have a tween, and then we have a partnership with Sesame Street characters for those that are in between, those 5, 6, 7-year-olds. We even have an autism program at all 3 of our beaches resorts. We all know somebody, whether it's on the spectrum, lower spectrum, or higher spectrum. And now that family can take a vacation at beaches and their child will be taken care of, no additional surcharge to you. They have those certified counselors that have their certification in autism. They're going to have the best time of their life. As a parent, you may be peeking around the corner, making sure they're okay, and by day 2, you realize they really are. And for the other age groups, the certified counselors as well, we want to find out if your child knows how to swim or not, and if they have allergies, etc. So we put them in the right age group, and we put them in the right category of fun things to do, both indoors and outdoors. Here's a picture of the Key West beachfront 4-bedroom butler villa. Some rooms have king beds, some 2 doubles, but it's 3 stories high, your own splash pool, and I wish I lived here. Now you're saying, why does it have a kitchen? For the heck of it. You're not going to cook. You have a butler and 24/7 room service. But because we just wanted the look of you being in a house, that microwave you might use, maybe you're getting that Dino's pizza and you want to heat up a slice. Big refrigerator, of course, as well, to put in all of your drinks. Just a different look here because no 2 of the 8 that we have at Turks and Caicos look alike. Different color scheme, a little bit of a different layout. One of the bedrooms, king bed, and all bedrooms have their TV as well as in the living room, your private pool. This is all yours. Why book the next vacation for the family to Myrtle Beach or the Jersey Shore? Instead, book it at Beaches, Turks and Caicos, or now, of course, Beaches Negril as well. Steps from the beach itself. And Beaches Runaway Bay. We're excited. That's in the Ocho Rios area, Runaway Bay, right near Discovery Bay, where Christopher Columbus actually landed. It's going to have an open-air entry lobby. And remember, again, it's not just for families with kids. It's also adult couples, BFFs, and groups. Of course, we'll have a variety of pools and entertainment. And that other destination I mentioned, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we have no renderings to send you yet, but as soon as we do, Lisa and Anthony and the team will be the first ones to get it. They also know all the promos I sent them, like on Wednesdays, the 777, on Fridays, a last-minute deal, some social media quotes. They'll share that with you always. But because you're special and took the time tonight, before I left for Spain, to listen in for the 35 minutes or so that it was, if you book with I Can't Wait to Travel within the next 14 days, that means between today and February 7th, which happens to be my birthday, so you have until then to make a booking for 6 nights or longer in a club or butler level room. Then you can choose one of these perks at the bottom in addition to all the other inclusions. And remember, it's only $49 to hold your room. Don't blink an eye. If you have a room category accommodation that you've talked to I Can't Wait to Travel about, you need to book it so we can take it out of inventory, hold it for you with $49 per person, unless it's holiday time, then it's a little bit more. But we'll hold it for 20 days. You can change dates, the accommodations, even resorts. If you don't make changes on the 21st day, $151 additional dollars are charged to the card per person to make it a total deposit of only $200. And the final payment is not due till 60 days prior to departure. So you might want to put it on a layaway where every week, every month, every quarter, additional monies are taken out. Use that layaway plan or wait till 60 days prior, whatever's easiest for you. You can talk with Lisa and Anthony and their team about that. On the right-hand side on the bottom, you see 777. Every Wednesday, they get just 7 resorts. We have 19, soon to be 20 and 23. Only 7 room accommodations. We have over 250 different accommodations throughout our resort. And it's only valid for 7 days from the Wednesday when I sent it out to them until the following Tuesday, end of day. And then we switch it around to different resorts and different accommodations. So you'll get an additional 7% off. Plus, the great thing is Lisa and Anthony know exactly how to combine our off-the-rack rate, instant credits, 777, and others as well. Along the way, I've answered some of the chat questions, but if you want to come back on, Lisa, I'm just going to show my little face for a second here. If there's any questions, you know how to reach I Can't Wait to Travel. Don't hesitate to contact them if you have questions once you receive the recording and all of a sudden go, ooh, I missed that when Catherine was talking. Hello, everybody. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Catherine. Thank you so much for a great presentation. That was awesome. As much as we talk about sandals, I always get excited to see something new. When I saw Sandals Halcyon, the townhouses, the nice renovations, I am excited to go back. And I'm so happy to see so many great faces and names on the list here. We have 13 people that joined us. So make sure that you take advantage of all those great deals. If you book, we can get you the spa credits or the scuba course, or even if you're not doing 6 nights, we can even get you some spa credit with 4 nights. So
Yes,
we
I'm going to do
appreciate it.
that for you guys. Absolutely. $100 spot credit for 5 nights. Definitely. There you go. Done.
I love it. I love it. Are there any questions on the line at all? If you have a question, please write it in the chat so we can answer it.
I think
And what
between you and I, we probably answered most of them, but don't hesitate, please. I may be in Spain on vacation, but Lisa and Anthony are there available for you to answer any questions. And again, it'll take about an hour to download. So by 8:30, I should probably, maybe 9 o'clock, I'll be sending it off to you, Lisa.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you again, everyone, for joining. You can reach anyone at our team at info@ican'twaittotravel.com, as it says on the screen, and we are so happy to help you. Thank you, Catherine.
Awesome. And thank you for giving Sandals and Beaches the opportunity. Marcella, you said thank you. And then Jenna said, if you go on your honeymoon, are there perks? Yes, great question. So anybody going on their honeymoon will receive 3 inclusions, like a breakfast in bed, sparkling wine, etc. All that you need to do is send your marriage certificate or the invitation to your wedding over to I Can't Wait to Travel. They'll send it to our honeymoons department and you'll get those inclusions. Not only that, one other thing is that since we're recording this, if you go back and you go, oh, I want to also know more about destination weddings, contact I Can't Wait to Travel. They have the in on all the answers. And one more thing, if you want to celebrate your anniversary, whether it's 1 year, 10, or 50, think about that. Your 7th night is free. And again, I Can't Wait to Travel knows all of this scoops. So I see Sandra was asking, will it be recorded? Yes, I'll send it to Lisa and to Anthony tonight, and they'll forward it to you because they have your email. So thank you, everybody. Again, thanks for joining us at Sandals and Beaches, and I Can't Wait to Travel. Bye, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you, Lisa and Anthony.
Good night. Take care.